Welcome to today's Explainer. We're cutting right through the sci-fi hype of robotics to give you a grounded, actionable roadmap. If you're wondering how to take that exciting leap from the classroom all the way to a thriving professional career in automation, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to look at the hard facts, the real skills you need, and the massive global opportunities waiting for you out there. All right, here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with a quick robotics reality check, dive inside the actual degree syllabus, talk about building the right skills and flexibility, and wrap up with the global job market. Okay, part one, the robotics reality check. It's time to pit the Hollywood myths against the actual factory floor. You know, it's so easy to dream about building an Iron Man suit when you first get into this stuff. But listen to this quote from Aryan, a recent robotics grad. He really hit the nail on the head. The real fascination of this career, it's taking that complex software and applying it directly to the heavy-duty hardware. That's where the actual magic happens. And check this out. When you compare a specialized B-Tech in robotics and automation against your standard mechanical or electrical routes, well, the difference is pretty stark. Because you're focusing on smart systems and AI, you're literally the core of Industry 4.0. You're not just maintaining old infrastructure. And the job market, it absolutely reflects that. In places like India, you're looking at a noticeable bump in starting salaries, like 5 to 8 LPA compared to the traditional 3.5 to 5. Specializing really pays off. So, what does this actually look like in the wild? Well, it looks a lot like this heavy-duty arms sorting bins on a conveyor. This is real-world robotics. These highly precise, programmable machines are rapidly replacing those exhausting manual setups we used to see everywhere. It's all about creating robust systems that can just keep going 24/7 without breaking a sweat. Moving right along to part two, inside the degree syllabus. Let's look at how you actually engineer the future. So how does the coursework actually build up over your university years? Well, in year two, you get your hands dirty with the mechanical grit, stuff like Robot Kinematics, sensors, and programmable logic controllers. By year three, you're adding the brains to the operation. We're talking machine learning, AI, and mobile robotics. And finally, year four is all about the cutting edge, micro and nano robotics, capped off by putting it all together in massive portfolio building projects. But here's the absolute most crucial takeaway. You are not just learning math in a vacuum. Every single theoretical class translates directly to the industry. Robot kinematics, that's how you program precision welding arms. Artificial intelligence, you'll use that for predictive maintenance, literally making the robot tell you it's going to break down before it actually does. Mechatronics builds smart factories, and mobile robotics, that's the autonomous navigation powering massive warehouses today. Take the food industry, for example. Strict hygiene and lightning-fast packaging are totally not negotiable. So those automated sorting systems, they rely entirely on the kinematics and machine vision you master in your second and third years. These bots can slice, inspect, and package food at speeds humans simply cannot match, all while keeping contamination risks incredibly low. Your job as an engineer is to solve these exact kinds of high-stakes bottlenecks. All right, part three. Building skills and flexibility. Let's talk about the human in the loop. Let's be real for a second. If you've got a graduating class of 70 robotics students, do you honestly think all 70 are going to instantly land core high-level automation engineering roles the second they grab their diplomas? Yeah, the answer is a hard no. And that brings us back to this awesome survival guide for grads. Flexibility is literally your greatest asset here. If a core automation role isn't open right away, you pivot. Jump into firmware engineering, focus on hardware design, or even tech marketing. The big secrets here? Build a hands-on project portfolio to actually prove what you can do, and never ever underestimate the power of teaching yourself using official documentation. Look, knowing your hard technical skills like the robot operating system, Python, MATLAB, those are table stakes. They're non-negotiable and they'll get you the interview. But if you look at the other side of this equation, it's the soft skills that actually get you hired. Adaptability, strong communication, continuous self-learning, that is what actually convinces a hiring manager to trust you with their highly complex systems. Which brings us to part four, the global job market. Let's see where the bots and the jobs actually are. Check out this number, 15.87%. That is the projected compound annual growth rate for the industrial robotics market in India alone, stretching all the way to 2034.
Thanks to massive pushes like the Make in India 2.0 project, the demand for pros who can design, innovate, and maintain these systems is skyrocketing at a truly staggering pace.
But hey, the opportunities go way beyond just one region. When we compare global job market realities, the landscape is incredibly diverse. In the US, bumping up your education with a master's degree can snag you a salary increase of up to 16%. Over in Germany, they are aggressively hunting for engineers proficient in ROS. Down in Australia, it's all about cutting-edge maritime autonomous systems. So whether it's smart manufacturing in India or established tech hubs in Japan, the world is looking for these exact skills.
And this brings us to a foundational truth perfectly captured by Bill Gates. As a robotics grad, your job isn't just to build cool sci-fi toys. Your core goal, really your entire career trajectory, is about amplifying and magnifying the efficiency of global operations. You are the driving force, moving humanity away from dangerous, repetitive manual labor and pushing us toward high-level strategic optimization. So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought for today's explainer. We know the machines are constantly learning, right? The industry is automating at lightning speed. In a world completely defined by AI and smart robotics, what are you doing today to make sure your own skills remain adaptable enough to keep up? Thanks for hanging out with me for this deep dive. Now get out there and start building that portfolio.